The envelope burned a hole in my pocket like a live coal. "Merry Christmas, kids," Grandpa Harlan murmured, sliding 3 crisp white rectangles across the mahogany table. My parents' forks hovered, then clattered. Mom's laugh cracked the air, too loud, too brittle. "Oh, Harlan, your annual prank checks? Adorable." Dad snorted, wiping his mouth. "Keeps us on our toes, doesn't it?" I didn't laugh. I just whispered, "Thank you," and tucked mine inside my scarf. Their eyes flicked to me, amused, like I'd fallen for the joke again. "I'm Lila Voss, listening from a rain-streaked studio in Seattle. Tell me where you are, so I know I'm not the only one who's watched gratitude curdle into greed." My parents, Grant and Celeste, curated perfection the way other people curate wine lists. Sunday brunches for charity influencers, filtered selfies in front of the least Porsche, captions dripping with #blessed. They never mentioned that the seed money came from Harlan Voss, steel mills, timber rights, the kind of wealth that arrived before Instagram. Harlan still drove a dented '98 pickup and wore the same cracked Timex he'd had since Nixon resigned. He valued sweat, silence, and straight spines. I think that's why he kept a soft spot for me. I paid my own rent in a shoebox loft, hustled as a freelance muralist, paint under my nails instead of a corner office. Mom called it quaint. Dad called it squandered pedigree. Christmas Eve smelled of cedar and prime rib. Harlan presided at the head, shoulders square despite 83 winters. Conversation skimmed surface ice, market swings, my latest gallery rejection, until he produced the envelopes. Mom's giggle ricocheted off crystal. Dad winked like they shared an inside joke. I felt the room tilt. Harlan's gaze settled on me, steady as a plumb line. I met it, nodded once, and slid the envelope away like contraband. In the car, Mom twisted around. "You actually kept it?" "Lila, it's cardboard theater." Dad chuckled, thumbs dancing over his phone. "He's auditioning for Devotion." Snow blurred the headlights. I pressed my palm to the hidden rectangle. "Maybe he's auditioning for Honesty," I said. Mom sighed theatrically. "Don't be earnest, darling. It ages you." Back in my loft, the radiator clanked like a dying robot. I set the envelope on my drafting table beside dried-out paintbrushes and a photo of Harlan teaching me to mix linseed oil when I was 10. His script, Lila Voss, was carved deep into heavy stock. I slid it open with an X-Acto knife. The check was real. 6 figures. My pulse stuttered. I photographed it, uploaded it to my credit union app on autopilot, then stared at the ceiling until dawn. The call came at 9:17 a.m. "Miss Voss? Your deposit posted overnight. Funds available immediately." I dropped my coffee mug. Ceramic shards, brown rivers across pine floors. If mine cleared. Mom rang first. "Did you tattle to Harlan?" Her voice quivered between accusation and panic. "Our checks bounced. The bank said payment stopped." Dad followed, Arctic calm. "Fix this, Lila. He's senile." I said nothing. Silence was its own answer. Harlan phoned at dusk. "Walk with me tomorrow, kiddo. Bring boots." No mention of money, just the crunch of gravel under tires when I pulled up to his cedar-shingled lodge. He handed me cocoa spiked with peppermint schnapps. "Your parents laughed," he said, staring at the frozen lake. I needed to know who still heard me. He pressed a leather folio into my hands. "The mill shares, the lakefront parcel, the trust, yours now. Not a prize. A relay baton." Mom's text arrived midweek. "Enjoy your blood money, dads, we're contesting this." I didn't reply. Words felt suddenly cheap. Saturday, Harlan summoned us back. Same table, same candlesticks, but the air tasted metallic. Mom's smile looked Botox frozen. Dad drummed manicured nails. Harlan entered carrying a single folder. "Bank records," he said, voice soft as falling ash. "Yours bounced. Hers didn't." Mom's gasp cracked. "You're punishing us for ambition?" Harlan's eyes didn't blink. I'm protecting the only grandchild who didn't treat my life's work like a punchline. Dad surged up. This is elder abuse. Harlan's laugh was dry leaves. Abuse is teaching children that respect is optional. He slid the folio to me. Lila, you'll meet my attorney Monday. The rest is yours to steward. Mom sobbed, ugly, snotslick sounds. Dad's face folded into something small and gray. They left without touching the roast. Harlan and I ate alone. Steam curled between us. You kept the envelope sealed at dinner, he said. Why? I swallowed. Opening it there would have made it theirs to mock. He nodded, eyes glassy. Money's just pigment, Lila. Respect is the canvas. Spring thawed the lake. I signed papers in a quiet office that smelled of lemon polish. The attorney repeated Harlan's line, responsibility, not reward. Mom sent one postcard from Santorini, sunset, no signature. Dad's LinkedIn announced a new hedge fund venture. I painted a mural on the mill's brick wall, Harlan's Timex, life-size, hands frozen at 11:51, the minute I learned what family costs. Some nights I still hear Mom's brittle laugh echoing off crystal. I keep the bounced check stubs in a shadow box above my easel, reminders that the clearest inheritance isn't stamped in dollars, but etched in the moment you choose silence over scorn. Tell me, friend, where are you reading this? Have you ever held an envelope that weighed more than gold?